All praises and glory goes to our mighty power Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations unto the legmen feeding the sheep of Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai in sincerity and truth with this great gospel coming out of our Bible, man. And let's kick it off with the scriptures. This is 1 Timothy 6:10. It reads, For the love of money is the root of all evil, right? For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, right? Who's the main people coveting after this bread, right? You Israelites, man. You'll do anything to be part of this man's society. You be kissing this devil's ass. You put this devil on a pedestal like he's a god, right? It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with what? Many sorrows. That's why the Lord be judging the shit out you actors and you celebrities, man. Because y'all be chasing that money. And y'all be kissing that devil's ass.
Throw some cold water on it. Carlton! Of course we're doing the right thing, sweetheart. Sir, it is my esteemed pleasure to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Donald Trump. It's the Donald! Oh my God! Mr. and Mrs. Trump, it's an honor to, It's the Donald! Oh my God! Mr. and Mrs. Trump, it's an honor to meet you. Ron said his client had a rich uncle, but Donald Trump.
I like keeping a low profile.
Hi, Hillary Banks.
Hey, Hillary.
You know, you look much richer in person.
Hello. Well, I don't know what to say, but I will say that, I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's going to motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work, okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen? Okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen?
Right? You gotta read it again. 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Right? All these punk ass celebrities, man. They'll do anything for that motherfucking dollar. You seen Snoop Dogg? They check this ass. They like, why you performing at DJT convention at his celebration party, man? Because of that money, because of that check. God damn it. These celebrities, they got bills they gotta pay, man. They living that crazy ass high life, man. They trying to keep up with that life, and they'll sell their soul to keep up with their life. They'll kill a family member. Yeah, they'll sacrifice a child. They'll kill a family member. They'll do anything for that fucking money. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And this ain't even real money. This is a fiat currency. It's fake. You got this paper with Esau's face on it that's about to collapse. That's about to lose its value, right? Due to what other nations around the world no longer dealing with American currency. They're doing business with their own currency, right? They're doing their own thing. Right, it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith. Right, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you chasing that dollar. You done erred from the faith just to please who? The man giving you that paper. Just to please the paper giver, which is Esau Edom. right? He didn't give you this false reality of safety through what finances, right? Through finances, you feel like you're untouchable. So guess what? The Lord's about to destroy the dollar. The Lord about to kill the currencies around the world, and everybody about to suffer, right? That's why you got to put your trust in the Lord, right? They have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with what? Many sorrows. Many sorrows. It's only going to get worse, right? It's going to get bad for these celebrities, entertainers, these sellout motherfuckers, right? It says here in Proverbs 10:22, the blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he added no sorrow with it. And if you look at these celebrities, they going through lots of sorrows, right? They going through lots of tribulations and bad things. That's why they got to continue to keep selling out, right? They got to continue to keep sacrificing, continue to keep doing sexual favors for these weirdos, so they can keep that lifestyle that nobody cares about no more, right? Nobody cares about an entertainer, a celebrity, right? You just seen the president's wife. She done put out a movie, ain't sold one motherfucking ticket. She ain't sold one goddamn ticket. They had to pull that motherfucker, right? This 1 Timothy 6:17, it says, charge them that are rich in this world, right? This present evil, wicked, satanic society, right? Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches. Hold on, why? Because what's about to happen to their riches? Let's get this verse. Here we go, Proverbs 23:5. It says, wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not, right? This fiat currency, right? This false lifestyle of, right, Hollywood, elite life living, right? They showed you in that movie with Tom Cruise. Some movie about these fucking rich motherfuckers having orgies and worshiping the devil, right? This is the type of shit you Negroes and Hispanics want to get involved with. You selling your souls to be part of a faggot society, right? It says, will thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings, right? Yeah, they make themselves wings through what? Hyperinflation. Through people robbing and taking your shit. Through the government about to collapse its currency and take your shit. They about to introduce a new type of currency, which is a radio frequency identification device, a digital system that you will not be able to operate unless you take this bio device into your body, right? This is the future. Say goodbye to your paper currency, your paper dollar. That's why they got rid of your fucking penny, right? And it was one white boy I was watching back in 2012. He was making bullets out of his fucking pennies. That motherfucker be holding an hour-long video. He got a machine right next to him. He just making bullets out of motherfucking pennies, loading them up with fucking gunpowder, right? Because that's the goddamn times we come into, man. It says, wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle towards heaven, right? The riches of America is fucking vanishing.
7, we've got a lot going on with the markets out there, and the U.S. dollar is falling big time. It's fallen to the 14-year support level. You can see here on this graph. Once it breaks down through this, it's no man's land, and it can free fall for a long time. When this happens, this means that the cost of living and basically the power of the dollar is falling out. Cost of living is going to rise, power of the dollar falling out, and this goes hand in hand with what you're seeing with gold, silver, and all the precious metals. People are diving into them big time. But we've got big industries out here making moves, stopping people from getting their hands or even selling. Some people like scratching their heads like, why can we not even sell to some of these places? Well, like AppMex, their CEO just came out and announced a $20,000 minimum to sell your silver to them. That's up from the $10,000. And then you have Kitco putting a $5,000 limit on orders. And huge moves here that are pretty much unprecedented. We just witnessed gold and silver jump up and break not only records, but they hit these benchmarks that we talked about, the 51 and the 100. Gold's done just that. It surged past 51 in silver, ran all the way up to like 118, pulled back, it's going to continue its tear as well. If bombs drop in any of these settings, whether it's Venezuela, Cuba, Iran, anything like that big on the world stage, you can expect gold and silver to continue to run.
Right? Back to 1 Timothy 6 and 17, it says, charge him that are rich in this world. Right? Especially in this world, right? Most of you people, you're rich in what? Federal Reserve notes. Right? Even if you have gold and silver, it don't matter. You're not rich in faith. Right? You're not rich in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You're not rich in the wisdom and knowledge of this gospel. So you're not going to be stable in them times. Right? You're not going to have no hope in salvation, no strength. Right? You're going to fucking see your dollar die, and guess what? Your spirit is going to die right along to fuck with it. Right? Oh, well, there's nothing to live for. There's no money to get. There's nothing. Yeah, motherfucker, we living for the Lord. Because the kingdom of heaven is being established while the kingdom of hell is what being destroyed, right? Charge them that are rich in this world that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power which giveth us richly things to enjoy. Because Esau ain't giving you a goddamn thing to enjoy in this society, right? He's taking your shit away from you. That's why it says here in Matthew 6 and 19, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth. Right? Here you are, you done work hard. You done saved, you done bought you a house, guess what? Because you missed some tax, they done took your fucking house away from you. Right, here you are, you done saved up, bought you a nice car, you done got some tickets in the car, they done took your car and repoed your shit. Can't afford to get out the pound, they done sold your shit. Right, this is the fucking world you're living in. Right, you're amongst this thieving motherfucker called Esau Edom, right? It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and wherein thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Because Esau can't steal this truth from us. He can't take our good works from us, man. Right? It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Where our mind is at. Our mind is in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. We fear the Lord. Right? We don't fear the things that are coming upon this earth. Right? First off, we've been prophesying about the fucking things coming upon the earth. We're looking forward to the things coming upon the earth. Right? These is good things, right? These is good things for us, right? We seen these rich motherfuckers, they paying for their wickedness. How did they get rich? They got rich off what? The backs of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They got rich off of robbery and thievery and killing. So guess what? It's time for their shit to be taken. The Lord's about to take all their shit. It's the book of James chapter 5 and 1. It says, go to now, ye rich men, right? Weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garment are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, right? They talking about the gold and silver. Get gold, get silver. It's going to be tossed on the streets. It's going to be thrown out the windows. It's going to be left behind. Right? What they going to be looking for in them days? Food, a female, and something to kill a motherfucker with. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to be looking for. Food, a female, and something to kill a motherfucker with. Right? That's why you women, if you are a woman of the Lord and you won't have a man, you need to get you a man of the Lord. Because there's going to be a time where you ain't going to find a motherfucking man of the Lord. Ain't going to be no internet to get in contact. Ain't going to be no way to reach a man of the Lord unless the Lord guides you to them people. And guess what? In them days, you ain't going to be able to travel like you want to. Right? Them doors of mercy is closing. Right? Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be what? A witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Right? Ye have reaped, right? Ye have reaped, Salak, ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Right? That's what these devils is doing. Right? They raping and robbing so they could save everything for the last days. While every fucking body dies, they hiding in bunkers and in the heavens away from destruction. Think they gonna come back after what the smoke has cleared? No, that's not gonna fucking happen. That's that Hollywood bullshit. Right? That's that Hollywood bullshit. The Lord's about to intervene. He's about to send his son back to set order in a broken society, right? And take over this fucking society, right? Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you. And guess what? It says, ye shall eat it says, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye heaped treasures together for the last days. All this treasure you heaping together in these different countries. Not here in America. Everything in America is fucked. Right? America gonna eat so many motherfucking missiles, man. It's gonna be just smoke and fucking lava for a long goddamn time. Right? It says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabbath. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton, right? Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter, right? It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton, right? That's been the spirit of these devils.
President Trump's new strategy for Greenland, threatening some NATO allies with a 10% tariff. This as thousands gathered in Denmark to support the Arctic territory, waving flags and holding up signs reading, "Hands off Greenland." And a group of U.S. lawmakers traveling to Denmark showing their support for the American ally. Here's ABC's senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang.
Tonight, President Trump issuing a new threat to our European allies who oppose a U.S. takeover of Greenland. Trump posting on Truth Social that 8 of our NATO allies, including Denmark, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom, will face 10% tariffs starting on February 1st. Adding that those tariffs will jump to 25% in June until a deal is reached for the complete and total purchase of Greenland. For weeks, Trump has been escalating his threat, saying the U.S. will have Greenland one way or another, refusing to rule out the use of military force. In response, those countries and total purchase of Greenland. For weeks, Trump has been escalating his threat, saying the U.S. will have Greenland one way or another, refusing to rule out the use of military force.
Yeah, that's the spirit of Esau Edom, man. He sees something, he likes it, his plan is to take it. To take it by what? Military force. To take it by military force. First he tried to buy you out. That don't work. He would probably try to send them that religion and Christians in there. Try to get the people to set up a society that's gonna bow down to Esau Edom here in Babylon the Great. But since that don't work, hey, it's military threats, right? And that's the MO of Esau Edom. Micah 2:1, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity, and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, right? That's the next step, goddammit, for Greenland. They're gonna take that motherfucker by violence, right? And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, and a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, for when from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go hardly, for the time is evil, right? So what's about to happen, man? The Lord's about to set Esau Edom up in a situation where he can't get out of. That's why he's making enemies with his friends, right? He's making enemies with his friends, with his allies, right? The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, right? So that he's being alienated, right? He's being backed into a corner that he's not going to be able to get the fuck out of. And the end game is what? He's going to be burned with fire,